Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about writing and copywriting and the industry and what it is, what it means, how to get into it, and whether you should or should not become a copywriter. So I'm a copywriter. I've been a copywriter for a few years now. Really my whole life I've been a writer. And I've just loved to write things. So the actual role of a copywriter, what does it mean to be a copywriter? A copywriter is someone that people bring on to write certain things for them, whether that is emails, whether that is writing out landing pages for websites, whether that is writing out scripts for TV or radio scripts or social media captions or the actual in-ad copy that you read, like when you see billboards and things like that, and the sentences or like the short blurbs that they add on top of it. A copywriter 9 times out of 10 wrote that and made it. So those are copywriters. They are the people who focus on the words and the actual message that like a company, a brand, whoever wants to get out. That's what a copywriter's role is. You write things, you come in, you're briefed, they ask you for what it is that they need. They give you kind of the strategy of the messaging and kind of how they want to convey it. And normally these are just people who aren't that good with wordsmithing and tailoring things so they sound good. So they come to you with what they want to say, and you as a copywriter will make it sound as best as you can so that the message gets across clearly, concisely, and yeah, that is what a copywriter is. That is what a copywriter does. So the different types of copywriters, you have some writers who write more long form copy, which is like blogs or like books or TV scripts, things like that are like a lot of words. And then you have short form copywriters or short form copy work that just requires which low-key, to say a lot in more words, I've learned personally, is a lot harder than having all the character count in the world to say as much of the message and make sure you get everything in there. So yeah, you have the short form copy, which is basically saying a lot in a short amount of characters, a short amount of words, whether that is like a quick ad, like a 5-second radio ad, like a highway billboard. It's like, how can you get this message across in 4 words and 20 characters in 5 seconds? You know, that is what short form does. And you know, there are different industries that copywriters can work for. So the industries that copywriters can write for are like advertising, which is kind of where I'm at now, marketing, advertising, whether you work in like in a specific company as their copywriter, or for a company who works with a lot of different brands and you are their onboarded copywriter who works on multiple brands. What other industries? You have technical copywriters. You have I'm trying to think. There are so many things because everything requires writing initially. You could be a grant writer and write grants for people. Yeah, a lot of people need writers. So how do you know if you should be a copywriter if you aren't yet and you want to be? Well, do you like to write? That's really the main question. Do you like to write? I would say is the number one question to knowing whether you should be a copywriter or not. Do you enjoy writing? Also, do you enjoy messaging? Do you enjoy communicating with people? Do you enjoy helping people to communicate things correctly? Do you catch yourself being that person when someone's like looking for a word and you have it at the top of your head, like as they're trying to describe it, you say it? Do you see typos in ads and you're like, oh my God, they spelled that wrong? It's like small things like that. Like copywriters are really word nerds. We're like geeks when it comes to grammar and punctuation. We just care a lot about messaging and words in the way, and we appreciate the fact that you can say one message a million different ways. That is the beauty excuse me, that is the beauty of copywriting. So yeah, if you have a passion for writing and you love all of those things, then maybe you should get into copywriting, because there is a lot of people in different industries that are looking for copywriters to come on board and help them to communicate their messages. So how can you get into the copywriting industry? I'm gonna like do a breakdown each week of like some different topics. So next week I'll get a little bit more in depth into some of these ways of how to. One of them is by becoming a freelance writer, which they have a lot of available websites online that you can search, becoming a freelance writer. And one of my favorites personally is Upwork. I've gotten you can get a lot of good clients on there, and you can also find like partnerships and recurring clients, which is nice, because the one kind of low point of being a freelancer is that consistency and having to build that yourself, as opposed to going into an entry-level copywriter position. I knew my sister would call me. Oh my God. I knew she would, because I was just going to call her. And every time I start recording, she calls me. I love her so much. We like telepathically communicate all the time. But yeah, you can go into an entry-level position as a copywriter. And that could be for like any business or brand. If you just search in copywriter jobs available near me, entry-level copywriter jobs. Or if you get on LinkedIn is my jazz. You can find all the local jobs, all the remote jobs. Another perk about being a copywriter is you can do it from anywhere. So it's a perfect position if you want to do remote work. And yeah, those are some of the main ways, honestly. Or you can just do word of mouth, because we know a lot of people who have businesses, or they know people who need help with marketing and things like that. They really need a wordsmith to help them figure out what their message is and how to get it on different forms of media and out there to the public. So yeah, this was super quick. My little introductory spiel with you guys about copywriting. So let me know if you have any more questions. I will deep dive more into this, because I think that the world needs more copywriters, especially women writers, especially Black writers, especially Black women copywriters. So thank you. Like, share, subscribe.